Yeah, for sure. And I'd love to hear more about your story. Honestly, I'm interested in that.
Sure, like I joined, well, you know, I I'm debating where to start, I guess. Like a year and a half ago, my first episode on this podcast was honestly just a journal about porn. My problems with it, how it was gripping me, and it was actually one of the reasons how I've been able to pretty much quit throughout these years. It's like I just have had that accountability system with the world. It's like whenever I'm feeling the urge, Harley's making a video. Even if no one watches, I don't really care, but people watch. But I do that. I go to school for industrial engineering, which is kind of like the engineering of systems within businesses, how to make a business efficient and profitable using financial analysis statistics. And so it's like that's kind of cool. And I was a mechanical engineering student, but it didn't even resonate with me at all. I'm realizing like I'm such an entrepreneurial, business minded guy, and I found this major, honestly, thanks to God in some ways. I don't know how I found it, it's just lucky. And I have a few other YouTube channels. I'm a huge fan of YouTube and Facebook automation because I feel like having something, it's like digital real estate. So I do that. And
Exactly.
finally, I've thought, like, why not try a coaching program, one-on-one deep dive with people who are truly interested in quitting porn, because it'll keep me off of the porn addiction, because I still have it every day. I'm like, whew. And it sounds crazy because some people it never was a problem for them, but for me it was a big one. So yeah, that's kind of where you found me. Leah's kind of all in on coaching, and I try to have to say to her, like, it's about 1/4 of my goal right now, Leah. And I know, like
Right.
you might say, if I would have pushed all my time into coaching, I might make a lot more money. But it's like I have to go at my pace, and I
Exactly.
can't force
Yeah.
something, especially when I have other things that I'm really passionate about too. So yeah, that's kind of my, in a nutshell, current scenario.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm really, yeah, I definitely agree with that, especially with coaching. Like, at the end of the day, I think one of the beautiful things I've learned with both Lee and like my previous experiences is that at the end of the day, as you indulge, like not indulge, but like as you go in different platforms and you try to test what works and what doesn't work, you really can't force it. I think when something comes to you genuinely and you find purpose in that, that's when the results come. But then if you're chasing something, you're always like, I just have to fit this square into a circle. I've often, like, for some people it works. Like, some people are like, hey, I have to make 10K in 30 days. I can do it. For me personally, if that ever becomes my main goal or I pedestalize that goal, the results I obtain from those 30 days will be far from actually even achieving it because it just kind of corrupts the purpose. It kind of corrupts the why, and I find that's not talked about as much, which is a little bit disappointing because I'm sure that is the other side of the coin that other people are not mentioning to you when they mention, oh yeah, there is someone who made 10K in 30 days, which I'm sure is possible, but that's not everyone's necessarily primary goal, or that's not necessarily the way people are going to want to do it in 30 days and that's it, because what comes as quickly might come just as fast, etc. So,
For sure,
I
well
really,
said.
I think that's why resonated with you the most, like just how you just spoke your mind in that coaching session. I was like, wow, this guy's really honest. He's just staying in it. Like Leah's giving this pitch saying, hey, go all in coaching. You should really, and then you're just saying like, yeah, but I got this. I have this, and I can really resonate with somebody who's just speaking their mind like that, and also just being honest with themselves rather than like trying to hide themselves in the box just to fit the room. I'd say.
For sure, man. Yeah, like I was really annoyed that day, kind of just because I was, well, I don't know how, like, it was just, of course, I joined this a month ago, so it's still new, but like I'm finding out that, well, she's never coached someone in this specific niche, really. And this niche is slightly more sensitive, and it's not something that you can just shove down people's throats. And I was doing the Leah strat, which is a great strat, in my opinion, which is, DM, search out 5 calls every day. And it's kind of like, I found out in this niche, you almost have to let people come to you, especially with this combo. You can't like
Exactly.
force them into the corner. It's like, hey, you want to talk about porn? And then they're like, I don't know if I've ever told anyone about porn before. And then it's like, okay,
Exactly.
now that we're on the call, here's the offer. And it's like, I don't like that strat. I'd rather
Yeah.
people get to know me over time through my podcast, and honestly, if they truly want, and through my content, and if they really want to have a combo, then I'll have the combo. But like, I'm tailoring and making switches to it. Like I'm kind of making the executive decision. She has her framework, but it's like I have to disagree. I can't just agree and say, yeah, you're right. I should just follow the framework, and but to be nuanced, she's taught me a lot already about sales and about this whole process. So thanks to her, I'm able to make these decisions. And so yeah, I'm a huge fan of kind of speaking my mind in not any like an asshole way. Like I tried not to be like an ass to her on the phone. Like I was just speaking up about my questions and my thoughts in as humble a way as possible, because like in my opinion, humility is kind of one of the biggest traits that I strive to be or strive to have.
Absolutely.
It's like I'm not a huge fan of people, even if they're super successful and then they're incredibly cocky. It's like, I'm not, you're hiding something.
Yeah.
This isn't genuine. And I saw a video of yours that said like humility is like also one of your, in your opinion, best traits to have in regards to self-improvement. Because when you're able to have that humility, criticisms can come in and you're able to take them, and you're not overlooking solutions that a arrogant person might think, oh, I know better. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's kind of some thoughts there.